Wake up, Daddy's home.
Good evening, John. All systems nominal. How may I assist?
Hey, Jarvis, introduce yourselves.
I'm Jarvis, your personal AI assistant. I'm designed to help you with technical tasks, research, file operations, and calculations. I respond only to John and keep replies concise and direct. How can I assist you today?
Hi guys, welcome to A Tech Joint by Parth. We are going to build Jarvis, a personal AI assistant. This assistant will be fully local, privacy-first voice AI agent, as I shown in the demo. I hope you liked the demo, and now we will be going deeper into how I built this in the next follow-up videos, starting from this one. So why this series? Because in this series, you will not just watch me learn AI from scratch, but we will be implementing an AI system and building it together along the way. In this series, we will be discussing in detail about the architecture that we have created and that we will be implementing. We will be performing live code walkthroughs on each and every episode for each and every topic and concept. We will tie back our concept back to the current production reality and production use cases. So I will be sharing my real experience in production that I face for each and every particular concept that we go through. What I'm building. So I'm building an AI assistant. What technologies I'm using? I'm using Python, React, Ollama, and Postgres pgvector database. So if you are familiar with Python and React and have a hands-on on these technologies, it will be very helpful to get on very fast. You only need to catch up on the AI part. If you are not familiar, then don't worry. You can also learn this, but you will have to spend a little more extra time to understand the code and to understand the technical implementations on both sides, backend and front end, and how the AI assistant is built. We will be using and going through in detail in this video about Ollama. I will show you how to download this particular software onto your laptop and also configure different AI models like Qwen 3.5 and Gemma 4. In this series, we will be following a 3-step format, that is learn, build, and teach. In the learn phase, we will go through the concept at a theoretical level. At the build phase, we will jump directly into the code and I will explain you why we implemented a particular thing in a particular way, turning back to our learned concepts. So finally, we will follow the teach phase. In the teach phase, we will tie back the learning and the building together and make our understanding from learning till implementation solid and move on so that we don't forget these concepts in the near future. So the roadmap. In the roadmap, we are going to create 12 different videos in next coming days. We will be diving deep into each of the concepts. For example, for today in local LLMs, I will show you how local LLM can be configured and can be used using Ollama. I will also give you a brief walkthrough on the source code from where the LLMs are being called in our current voice agentic system, that is Jarvis. In the episode 2, we will discuss about FastAPI and how they are consuming and providing responses to our front end and making our chat more interactive, as we saw in the demo. In the third phase, we will dive more into the prompt engineering phase. In prompt engineering, there are quite a lot of concepts, and it is a very important to understand. The better your prompt is, the more specific your prompt is, the more better the LLM will give you answer. In the fourth episode, we will deep dive more into context and memory. We will understand what is a context engineering and what are different kinds of memory that LLMs like Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT are using to make sure to remember your context, to remember what you have asked previously, and to remember your historical data. In episode 5, we will go through speech to text and we will understand how audio is translated to text using Whisper model. In episode 6, we will understand what is text to speech. That is, a model is generating a response as a text, but you are reading an output as an audio, as we seen in the demo. So these two are going to be very important concepts in order to build a voice chatbot. The episode 7 is tool calling. For any kind of operations that we want to perform in our agentic AI implementation, we need to have tool calls. For example, if I want to create a file, if I want to delete a file, if I want to do some complex calculations using my own custom formula and not depend on ChatGPT, these internal implementations, then we can create our own tools and ask the LLM to use those tools. We will dive deeper into this along with a live source code to understand how the tool calling works with LLMs. In episode 8, we will do the same for RAG fundamentals. We will understand what is a vector database, what are embeddings in detail, and how a RAG database can be created. In episode 9, we will dive deeper into chunking and different chunking strategies and advanced concept of RAG that can be helpful in a real production systems. In episode 10, we will be covering MCP, Model Context Protocol. What is an MCP? How an MCP can be used along with other tools inside an AI agentic, inside a Gen AI or an agentic AI application, and so on. In episode 11, we will also learn about LangChain and LangGraph. So our current implementation is very bare minimum specific code, but it works. But it cannot be scaled to a production use case and you cannot expose it to a multiple set of users. Okay, so in that case, we will be revamping and understanding the concept of LangChain and LangGraph in episode 11. In episode 12, we will finally learn about the guardrails, because without guardrails, LLM can give you any kind of responses and it can process unwanted requests or prompts from the user. For example, if you are expecting your chatbot to only answer about educational questions and somebody is asking them about a medical question or a finance or a marketing domain question, your model should not answer or entertain such questions. In such a scenario, guardrails are very useful. So we will deep dive in episode 12 on these guardrail concepts, and also will deploy this application into Railways or any other platform or cloud where we can actually host it for connecting it from anywhere, from mobile, from browser, or from laptops. This is the source code where I have deployed all the backend and front end in this place. This is the demo that we have seen in live in the first 45 seconds. So where is the LLM file actually sitting? The LLM file is actually sitting in the LLM module. Here we are defining our models, what we want to use, Quen 3.5 and Gemma 3.4. Here there are other details like tool calls and all those things which we will be covering in the respective episodes. Now I will show you how to download Ollama and how to use it. For downloading Ollama, you need to go to this particular website, ollama.com, and click the download button. Once you click the download button, you will be presented with 3 options based on your operating system. You have to choose the relevant option and click the download. Since I have already downloaded this particular software, I won't be doing it again. Once you have Ollama installed, you have got a runtime for local LLM models. Now, Ollama also provides you with a client of its own, which is a desktop application. This particular client actually helps you to interact with those models that you have downloaded by just chatting with them. It doesn't provide any more any other functionality, but you can ask questions. These local models are smart, but they are not updated with the latest knowledge. So that's where our AI assistant will be a key differentiator. It will give agentic capabilities to this agent, which this normal Ollama chatbot is not able to provide. So stay tuned and let's learn and let's build together.